What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? So just a quick one. Um, for this new week, um, I'll be expecting a bullish weekly candle, mostly because of what we see happening right now. So I'm just gonna show you guys, right? So this is the weekly time frame, and I trade the weekly profile, which means I don't trade on Monday, I trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I also don't like to trade on Friday because Mondays and Friday give me low probability setup, but sometimes they work, um which tries to convince me or which makes me break my rule because then I'm like, okay, if they work sometimes, you don't know when they're going to work, so I should probably trade it. But I'm trying to be disciplined right now, trying not to trade Monday and Friday. Monday, it's easy for me not to trade. I can decide to trade on Monday, but Friday is a little bit difficult because then there might be some good setup, but then it's not high probability. So is it really a good setup? Right? All right. So as we can see, right, currently price is in this imbalance, trading off of this imbalance after sweeping all these lows, right? And then inside of that, we had a CRT, right? Price way below, and then we bought from here, broke past, took the highs, and that was it for that trade. Now, what's currently happening is you can see this imbalance right here, right? Price came back to fill this imbalance, took this low, right? And then rallied up to take this ROT high. And ever since then, price has just slowly come back. For the last 2 weeks, price has just, you know, um, come down slowly. But then again, another thing you can observe is that at this point, this was a swing low at one point in time, this was a swing low, right? And then there were buyers, people who wanted to buy all of this swing low before we initially got our CROT. Um, so with that being said, all of these buyers, one, two, three, we are stopped out, and then price has finally broken above this key level. So I'm looking at this level as a support zone to see if price is going to continue buying from there, right? Now, what else do we have in this particular area? We have our CRT low high, we have our imbalance, right? And then currently I can see that this last week or this week that just played out, right, took out this week's low, right? But then closed above it, which is kind of like would be signaling bullish move. Like this is actually a rejection right now, right? So this would be signaling a bullish move for me. That's how I'm seeing it right now to come and take out these highs, right? And now if price is going to come from here and take out these highs, then I'll definitely still be expecting it to take out these highs. And then I'll be expecting it to come and test these zones, right? That's exactly what I can see right now, right? So next week, I'd like to see the next week candle open, right? I want to see the weekly candle open, probably even come back to test the CROT low. So I'll be able to get an entry just like this from the CROT low, and then my stop loss just below this weekly candle that took the CROT, and then my target would just be these highs, right? So something like this would be very, very, and this is what I would be expecting to see on the weekly, daily time frame. So this would probably span into um 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't, I honestly can't tell how long it's going to take, but that is something that is also very challenging for me because I I get good positions like this, but I don't know how to hold for long. So I just do a 1 to 2 looks to reward ratio and then I'm out, right? This is our CRT swing low. So overall, this is still looking kind of bearish because we can say this is a swing low, and then we say this is an overall swing high. So we have impulsive correction, impulsive, and now price took out these highs, but forming a swing low. So depending on what price does in in these zones, right? It's going to really tell us what to do. We have this low, right? That pushed price up and now price. So depending on what price does in this coming week, like I said, now going to the daily time frame. Going to the daily time frame, what can I see right here? The same thing like I said, right? Same thing like I said. I can see this was the uh a key resistance, a key support zone where price manipulated and then broke above, and now price is also just reacting from there. So like I said, I'm not going to trade on Monday, so I'm going to see what Monday is going to do. Probably price is going to dip even more further. Price might take this low, right? I don't know, but I'm going to wait for Monday, see what Monday is going to do, wait for Tuesday, and until I see bullish scenario, bullish candles coming in, I won't be taking any position. So I want to be seeing strong candles with imbalances, right? And then I want to take my entry from those imbalances, right? That's exactly what I'll be looking for. So now, I have this other block right here that price actually tapped into this week, right? Tapped into this imbalance, this action, and then rejected. So next week is just quite simple. I really just want to see how price reacts in this zone next week. Probably might still dip further and take this low, like I said, before reacting and giving us imbalances or whatever. But I want to see what price does in this area, and then that will define my next trading range. If I'll be targeting these highs, and if I'm targeting these highs, obviously I'll be targeting these highs to bring price into this swing high that price hasn't really come to test. So that's all about it right now. It's not really, I don't really like to waste too much time doing analysis because then you start to trade what you want to happen, or you see what you want to what you want to see. So as you can see also, this is the monthly indicator, right? We can see that this is a monthly high that has already been taken. And now this itself is also a monthly high now. This is also a monthly high, right? And we target monthly highs and lows. So definitely, even price can take these lows and tap into this zone for a very good buys, right? Because I think on the 4-hour time frame, that is another block, and that's why it is marked just like that. Yes. So you see this pin bar candle, right? It's just below this zone. So even if if price does not respect this zone, if we don't get those breaks of structure, then definitely I'm not going to be looking to sell anything because now we have a swing low yet like this and a swing zone just like that. Price taking these highs. So definitely the DSY is still bearish right now. There's nothing telling me or giving me any bullish break of structure right now. It is still bearish with price reacting from this inverse imbalance right here for sales. So it is still bearish right now. And sales can come in from these imbalances. So sell can come in from these imbalances to push price for that down, probably into these key zones. So I think that's what might probably happen. But let's see. Every indication is showing us big sign of bearishness right now, as you can see, right? And this will probably be the target. But like I said, I'm just gonna wait because I believe with what I see on the weekly time frame, right? With what I see on the weekly time frame. I am I am more from long term I would like to see price go bullish long term because yeah, why not, right? All the signs are confirmed imbalance, trading above a key support zone, right? And then we also have a CR price rejecting this low imbalances, CRT, all the good stuff is just present right there. So why not? Definitely, I would I'd want to buy. So let's see how this goes. for next week, but this is my trading plan for next week. This is what I'll actually be looking for to see if price can come down more, and then we'll get more confirmation, imbalances, sweep of liquidity. If all of these are present and then the chart is very clean, then I'll be definitely be looking forward to buying and pushing the price of dollar above these highs, and probably into this imbalance. So that's actually my trading plan, right? That's my trading plan for this week. I'll see price is making a low, right? To then go back up. So that's it. That's it. I'll watch this video again and again and again just to remind myself of my trading plan for the week. Okay. Yes. I'll be all. Thank you.
Hello, guys. Oh, hello, guys. So, welcome to the part two. And when I mean part two, I'm talking about the first video you just watched, right? Was the analysis of what I was expecting to do for this week, right? Very, very simple. And now, I'm gonna be showing you guys um now I'm going to be showing you guys how this week played out and everything that happened. So from the earlier video you just watched, right? I was expecting this week to be a bullish candle, right? I was expecting buys, mostly because I was seeing a CRT here that came into an imbalance, right? And we had imbalance right here. We had this candle that is price took the low, rejecting the low, bullish. So obviously I was expecting a bullish week this week. So now I'm gonna be doing a video breakdown of the trades I took this week. I executed three positions. One of them got one of them closed because of the news on Friday, on Thursday. Yeah. And so I didn't take any other position. Just those three positions was my position for this week. So as said earlier on, I was expecting a buy. Now, before the week closed, right, before the close of the week, I was already looking at um, a scenario because of this. We had the CRT low here. I was already expecting a buy, right? We had a CRT low and we had a CRT high right here. So I was looking at this zone, but because it was on a Friday, I was saying, okay, I wasn't going to trade on Monday. That was my plan. I don't trade most Monday, except the setup is very, very good. Like it's a textbook A1 setup, then I would trade, right? Apart from that, I wouldn't trade. So I was looking at this CRT candle on a Friday, and I was looking at these highs, these equal highs, right? And then I was looking into this imbalance, and my thought process was that if price take these highs and come into this imbalance, I'll be expecting the market to sell, right? So I'm going to be doing a video breakdown of what happened this week. I'm also going to be telling you how I think. I'm going to be telling you how I think because I feel like having a strategy is not just enough to make you a consistent trader or a consistently profitable trader, but it is how you think while you are trading. That is what matters, and that's what's going to make you a successful trader. Trading is a skill. Trading is a skill. It is called tape reading. These candles are called tapes, right? They are record and receipts of what's going on behind the market, of the buying and selling that's going on behind the market. So it's called tape reading. If you can read every single candle as they print and you know what they mean, right? That would give you a higher probability of making money in the market. So now on Monday, like I said, let's see what happened on Monday, and I'll be telling you what I was thinking and why I was thinking like that. I'll also tell you, show you how I entered my position, how I managed my position, and how I closed my trade. And I'll show you my execution and how much I made this week, right? So now let's go. So Monday opened, Tuesday, yeah, Monday. And now the first thing we noticed is that price has taken the CRT high. Now, when I saw this on a Monday, right, it is reacting from this imbalance. And a lot of people, I know people want to sell from this imbalance, right? People want to sell from this imbalance, right? But I'm looking for buys. And secondly, I was thinking, I was like, this is an engulfing candle, right? So this would probably be my entry. So immediately I saw this candle engulfed. Immediately I saw this candle engulfed. I took a buy from here, and my stop loss was just underneath this zone like this. Now, when I'm taking a trade like this on DSY, I use DSY for my analysis, but I execute on GU. So immediately I'm seeing this position like this, I am also executing on GU simultaneously, immediately, without thinking twice. And this is the position I'm going to show you. So this was on Monday, right? So this was the position. Immediately I saw this candle, right? Now this is price sweeping the high on Thursday. Same CROT we have right here is what we have on GU right here, right? As you can see. So after price, immediately I was executing here on DSY. This was the same structure here. I just executed right here, and my stop loss was above this high, I believe, or somewhere along this line. Yeah, somewhere above this high that swept the CROT high, just to be very, very safe, right? And I was targeting these lows. This was my target. I was targeting these lows, right? We have imbalance right here. As you can see, this is GU, but it is obviously the same trade as this one. In order to make it very clear for you, I can invert my chart, which is what I do most times anyway, right? Because like I said, how you think matters more than your strategy, how you think. So if I'm trading DSY and I see clearly on DSY and it's bullish, I can invert my GU in order for me to also see the setup exactly the same way, right? Now, without saying much, um, this was my first entry for DSY and also GU, right? Let's head back to DSY. So price continued to move. I was already active on this trade, right? And now a target would be this high. This would be your first target, right? And let's see. So now that price has closed above this CROT high, it's telling you it wants to be bullish. Secondly, this imbalance that did not hold becomes an inverse imbalance. And so the way I think about inverse imbalance is that whenever price trades above an imbalance, it turns upside down and becomes resistance for price to go back up, right? So I was expecting price to come here and give another entry for a buy, but I did not take this position. And the reason why I didn't take this position was because it is too close to my first entry, right? Price can easily just come back down. And there again, I had broken even on this trade, so I was break even. So I didn't take this entry because if price comes back and hits my break even, I would rather enter the position again, right? And then still be good on the position without taking any loss at all. But if I was going to take this position right here and then price comes down and stops me out, I'm going to take a loss. And then when it hits my break even, I'm going to be stopped out of both positions. And if the trade goes up in my direction, I'm going to start having the emotion of FOMO or wanting to jump into the market because now I feel so emotional that I've lost this trade here and I've also hit a break even here. So now I'm out of the market, but the market is going in my direction. So all of this would bring out negative emotion in me that I do not want. So the best way for me to manage this position is not to take any entry here, but to wait for price to give a more good, a better confirmation, right? That it wants to go up and then I'll get an entry. So let's see what happens next. So now this is Tuesday, right? This is Tuesday. Tuesday came down, tapped into my inverse imbalance, right? But like I said, I did not execute. Now you can also see the reaction of this candle. This is telling you that there are a lot of buyers buying right now from this inverse imbalance, right? And also price has taken this high. So now this is where you have this is where your candle reading skills come into play because now I was looking at this CRT this candle right as a CRT high, and at the same time I was looking at this candle as a CRT low. So in my head, excuse me, sorry. So in my head, right, I was like, okay, price has taken this high, right? And it has also swept this candle's high, but it refused to close above this candle. So definitely it is going to come down to take this low, right? So now imagine if I took a position here, right? I would be thinking of jumping out of my position or price will definitely come out to stop. If price was going to take this low to stop me out. So I was just holding this position and it was on break even. So this is Tuesday. Let's see what happened. Now, after seeing this particular candle on a Tuesday, this is 10 a.m. After seeing this particular candle on a Tuesday, I saw that it swept this candle's low, right? And also it swept this particular candle's low, but refused to close below. So this candle gave me the confirmation that price wanted to buy from this zone. Now it has swept this liquidity. So this CROT, bearish CROT structure is not going to hold. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not going to hold. This is what I was thinking about. I was like, okay, fine, we are in a bullish trend. Also, we are in a bullish trend. So I was expecting buys rather than sales. So whenever you're in a bullish trend, any bearish CRT setup that comes up would not hold because you are in a bullish trend. So you want to trade only bullish CRT structures, right? With that being said, after I saw this rejection, after I saw this rejection 1 2, this became my second entry. I took another position from here, stop loss just under this candle, and just like this. TP also the same high, right? And now, if you look very closely, this particular candle, I'm going to just put this here. This particular candle that price closed above would now be my new CROT range. This will now be my CROT high, and this would be my CROT low. And this would be my CRT low. Now on DXY, price was reacting off inverse imbalance, right? Price was reacting off inverse imbalance. But if we go to GU, this is Tuesday, right? I'm going to inverse this back to sell. This was my first position on GU. Now on Tuesday, this is price coming into an imbalance right here. So this is Monday, this is Tuesday. As you can see, price is coming into an inverse imbalance right here, right? Price is coming into this inverse imbalance, but on GU it was a clear imbalance, right? And so on GU we also have this structural break right here. Price broke this structure, so definitely I was looking at that as a support turn into resistance. So after price swept this high, I took a position. I took a position here on a different account. On a different account, I took a position for sell. Immediately this candle closed, I took a position from sell right here. Stop loss just above the highs. And then I was also targeting the lows, right, on Tuesday. So this was my Tuesday entry. Then let's go to Wednesday. And let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. After price has taken this low, let's see what happened. Price closed bullish. Now, like I said, knowing how to read every single candlestick is how you manage your trade. This candle closing above a CRT high is already telling me more bullish confirmation to come, right? Now, also think about it. Immediately I saw these lows taken out, I had executed my trade. Immediately the second candle closed, I executed my trade for the third candle to go up. That's how you trade CROT, right? Now, secondly, something I want to bring to your attention is that this was the daily opening price, right? Which means that if you are looking for a bullish scenario, like Monday was bullish, and I'm expecting Tuesday to also be bullish to take out these highs, then whenever the market open, right, you want to look for manipulation below the daily opening price. You want to look for manipulation below the daily opening price. So seeing this manipulation below the daily opening price in an inverse imbalance gave me the confidence to execute this trade and then put my stop loss here. So this setup was more of a higher probability than this particular candle that just dropped into this zone. And that's why I took this trade and I didn't take this trade, right? So with that being said, let's see what happened. Now, I'm also aware that a lot of people will be, looking at this as a pin bar candle and waiting for price to come back into this zone to buy. So I did not break even. I left my stop loss right here because I knew price could easily come back down, to test this zone if it wanted to. Secondly, this is a CROT high and is also in alignment with this high, which is also a weekly open price, right? I knew that price might not even come here. It might tap this high and continue to go up, but I also did not take this entry yet because it was, like I said, I was already in this trade. There is no need to take every single entry, so I did not take the entry, or I didn't think about taking anything from here. Now, this is Wednesday, and as you can see, Wednesday opened, came into the CRT high, right? Tapped it beautifully well, and then reacting from that zone. But also, what you can see that happened in that zone is that price took out this liquidity before rallying up. So it's exactly the same thing as what I said here, right? We have our daily open. If we are expecting a bullish daily profile, then we want to see price manipulate the liquidity from under the daily opening price. And not just that, we want to look for good key zones like highs that has been broken, or imbalance, inverse imbalance, or demand zone that price would react off of whenever it falls down, right? So on Wednesday, I was looking for more good position. Price came back here, but I didn't take that position. And let's see what happened. Now, as you can see, what happened here is very, very clean. Price took this low, right? Which is also another CRT structure. And then tapping, reacting from the daily opening price. Now, when I saw this on Wednesday, price tapping into this daily opening, rejecting it, taking this liquidity, and this is also the daily opening price. I went to GU and I looked for a good opportunity to sell. and this was where I got my third another sell position from this pin bar candle, as you can see. So I'm already holding a position here from that from Tuesday. And then secondly, from this zone, right? This is a this is a candle that swept liquidity before breaking structure. And also, as you can see, this blue line is the daily opening price of on Tuesday. And so that was in line with this candle. So I just use both of those confirmation as a strong criteria for executing a trade. And also, we had imbalance right here. So there was an imbalance behind the candle that I chose to use as an order block, which means that this other block is a very, very strong other block, and price should not come and take this high, you understand, if it wants to continue going down. So I executed from here, and my TP, I was actually targeting lows here, but like I said, my TP was just right here. But I was expecting price to come and take this weekly low. As you can see, this is on Monday's low, right? Which was a CRT, a very good CRT that happened on Monday. Price sweeping that low and then coming to sweep the high. Now, as you can see, after price closed above the high, it came back to the same high to test it, right, before rallying up, which is the same thing that happened here over and over again, right? When you see it, you see it. When you know, you know. So on Wednesday, when price opened on Wednesday and gave this confirmation, it's on GU, it actually rallied up. And also, as you can see, we had imbalance right here. So it rallied up, tapped me in from here, and then melted, right? And so on DXY, after tapping this zone, what did price do? Price dumped. Okay. Okay. As you can see, price dumped. I thought it rallied up because GU actually just touched it and then rallied down, right? So I thought it rallied up, but never this all the same is the same. I was holding those trades on GU. Those was my setup on GU. Okay, price came back down, tested these highs again, right? And let's see what happened. And then just continued to rally up. And now this was on Thursday, and this is a new daily opening price. This was on Thursday, and this is what happened. So as you can see, this was how I got my both positions on DSY for this week, because I was already bullish. I was already looking for buy scenario, though I was expecting price was going to fall down more or probably even take this low, and then we'll get our setup right here, right? But that wasn't the case. And so I was able to adjust. I was able to what's the word? I was able to adjust. Let's just leave it like that. I was able to adjust and follow suit with whatever the market was doing, because I was reading the candles. And so reading the candles is a skill that is very, very good. Also, you can see how price came into this high but did not go below these highs, right? So it came back into these highs, used it again, and then rallied up and hit TP. So this was how I got both trades on DSY. Now you can see how price was reacting here for a sell. On Thursday, by Thursday, I was already out of both positions and I called it a week. Now, also what happened here, you see how price came again into this daily opening price, right? And if I was expecting a bullish scenario for daily opening price for that day, I would want to see price manipulate below the low, just like I said, right? I want to see price manipulate below the low, sweep liquidity, and then where is my entry? If I wanted to enter on Thursday, this candle after sweeping the low, this is my CRT low, right? And this is my CRT high. Over and over again, like I said, I only want to favor CRT bullish highs and lows over bearish CROTs, because I believe that we're in a bullish trend. So bullish CRT is going to work over bearish CRTs, right? So this was the first CRT. It also played out. Then this was the second CRT. So how would you have gotten an entry from here? Immediately this candle took this candle's low, right? and then is reacting from the daily open. Immediately it closed bullish, right? That's a break of structure. That's an engulfing candle. So I would put my entry on the breaker block, this red line, and my stop loss under this low. And then that is exactly how I would have entered this trade. Because then I know the next candle will come back to test this demand zone, right? Before going back up. Now, this three candle, one, two, three. What you are actually seeing here is market coming down low. This is the first candle, which is this candle, right? And then rejecting, which is the weak rejection. And then the second candle, this second candle coming down low to take this candle's low. That's what you are seeing. And then this candle closing above, breaking above the structure, is this candle going up, breaking above this structure. And then this third, one, two, three, yeah, this third candle coming back down to test this break of structure going up is the market coming back down to test this resistance that has now been broken, and then it is now turned to support. Price comes back to test it and then continues to go up. So this is how you get the picture. This picture is this three candle, is also this three, is also this candle right here, and is also this candle right here, and is also this candle right here. So it is the same thing over and over again. It is the same thing over and over again. Though it's not going to be clear, you need to train your eyes to see it like that, but it's the same thing over and over again. So if you wanted to catch another trade on Thursday, but I wasn't taking any more position, um sorry about that, guys. So if you wanted to catch another trade on Thursday, right, you'd probably want to get out from here. This is where you want to get out from, just like this, because this is an order block, right? This is another block that swept these highs. So we have a bearish CRT structure here. This is a bearish CRT high, and this is a bearish CRT low. So the same thing over and over again. Like I said, you can see how what happened here when price closed below this CRT low. That's telling you it wants to sell, right? After taking these highs as total soup or liquidity, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. After taking these highs, it's bearish CRT structure closing above. You can see how price reacted from the CRT low, as resistance to dump. So therefore, price coming into this other block, this second candle that swept the resistance and this imbalance that is right there, would not be safe to continue holding price. Price will not just blast through to take out all these highs. Do you understand? It won't just do that. And also, if you look at what's happening, price has just been bullish all week. It needs to retrace. Do you understand? So this will be the safest place for you to take your TP if you traded on Thursday, but I didn't trade on Thursday because I was able to make a good amount of money, right? From just one, two positions. I was able to make a good amount of money, and so I didn't execute this trade on Thursday. When price hit my TP here, and I was out of the trade, and that was it. So price continued to go up on Thursday, as you can see, and let's see what happened. Now this is Friday and I don't trade on Friday. So by Friday I was already done, I was already out, I was already chilling and just living. So you can see how price is also reacting from this CRT low, right? From this CRT low, price is also reacting from it, right? Now let's see what happened on Friday. Take profit. Boom. Crazy, 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 right? Now, do you see what happened? This is why I don't trade on Friday. But if I also wanted to trade on Friday, this would have been a very, very good, crazy trade to take. Imagine taking this trade, from this imbalance, your stop loss just right there, right? And you're just targeting all of this liquidity that has just been built up, right? Target it right down into this key zone again. This zone that price broke and price has not yet come back to test it. You can actually just take your TP from here because this is a bullish order block entry, right? So if I was going to trade on Friday, or if I saw this setup on another day, on a very different day, I would have been willing to take this setup. But this is everything that happened for this week, and I was able to capitalize on both moves going up. I didn't trade on Thursday, and yeah, I was able to capitalize on this move, and this is what happened on Friday. Oof, this was crazy, but this was anticipated. I saw it coming, right? I saw it coming, and so yeah. Also, when you go to the daily time frame, I know I'll be analyzing on the 4 hour time frame because I trade on the 4 hour time frame. When you go to the daily time frame, you can see that this is a bearish order block that swept high and tapped into imbalance, right? And also we can see that price are slowly just becoming into that zone. So this zone, I want to see price break this zone and then come back if we are going to be bullish, right? But what happened was not the case. So inside of this daily order block, that swept this high, we had the CRT, we had imbalance, and that was all the confirmation that I would have needed to execute a sell from here coming back down. But I didn't take this trade. So with that being said, this is GU, and this was everything that happened on GU. So GU kept on melting. I kept on holding until this very soon on Thursday. I closed my trade on Thursday when I saw price come back into the CRT low, right? I closed my trade. And on Friday, the trade reversed. What do you know, right? What do you know, right? And I would have been expecting price. I think I was expecting price to come into this imbalance for a buy, but I didn't think it was going to work. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not think this buy was going to work because we were bearish, right? I thought, okay, if this buy was going to work, even if I thought say this buy won't work, I the reason say, okay, it will just come into this imbalance. The buy will come inside this imbalance, right? Then I could just take better sell to continue the bearish trend because, guy, look at this setup, right? We have this CRT high that price swept. We have this CRT high that price swept. Then we add this CRT low that price closed below. Honestly, this is my setup to sell. This is my setup because this price closing below this CRT candle, right, is telling me that we want to be bearish. But when price continued to come down and then came into this imbalance right here, my guy, story for the gods. What happened? Price actually flew. But there were signs, right? Because this is a Thursday low, right? So there were signs. I'm gonna show you. This is Thursday low. Let me just take it out, right? So they were saying this is Thursday high and this is Thursday high. This is Thursday high. This is Thursday low. So imagine price sweeping Thursday low, breaking back above. While doing that, we also have the CRT right here, right? We have price taking that low and closing above, and then this was our CRT high. So we have a daily CRT, which is Friday taking the low of Thursday and then going to take the high of Thursday, right? We had that setup coming in, and that's why this bearish CRT did not work, right? The bearish CRT did not work because price was reacting and giving the bullish daily CRT. If we go to the daily time frame, I'm going to show you what I was talking about, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Now we have this Thursday candle, price took the low to take the high, and then also below all of this Thursday low, right? We had a large imbalance that price actually dipped into, right? We have a large imbalance that price actually dipped into. We have this imbalance right here. We have this imbalance right here that price dipped into, right? Very, very good imbalance. And then secondly, we have an inverse imbalance here. So obviously that was a very, very strong, obviously this was a very, very good, strong place to buy, right? Very good, strong place to buy. But I did not see it coming. Like I said, I didn't see it coming. I was I was literally expecting GU to come into this imbalance. This is my thought process, guys, right? I was expecting GU to come into this imbalance. This was where I wanted to buy. right? But I don't like holding my trade over the weekend. I like to enter my trade Monday, Tuesday, and then get out on Thursday. I don't trade Friday because Friday is the fuck you candle. This is a fucking fuck you candle. This is a fucking good, but it's still a good position. I mean, if you know what you are doing, you can't catch all trades. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna be like say I don't talk for this video past any other video where I did make Jesus Christ. I talk too much. All right. With that being said, this is how everything played out on for this week, Monday to Friday. And I'm going to be posting screenshots right here of my positions, how I caught the trade. You already know how I caught the trade, but I'm going to be posting my pictures of my positions, not for anything, but just for my own self accountability and discipline, right? So I can observe myself objectively, look at myself, look at what I'm doing objectively to make me more conscious when I'm in the market, to trade. With that being said, guys, have a nice weekend. I love you guys. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. I'm trying to make us get this money. Let's get this money, bro. Right? It's all about getting this. That's why we trade. But apart from that, I really, really love trading because it is very, very analytical. It makes you a better person if you are disciplined. Trading reveals your weakness to yourself. And so the better you get at trading, the better you get in life and anything you do. That's just trading, and that's why I love trading. I'll see you guys next time. Peace and light, love, prosperity, abundance. Catch you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. If you did, leave a like, share for your friends, and yeah, have a nice weekend. Bye.